a hornet's nest living inside of here somewhere. Oh The first eventful thing is happening. There's a hornet's nest somewhere under the hood. I feel like that might mess him up. Oh yeah, that took him out. I'm turning back from this. All right, go ahead.
I'm scared.
Yeah, go ahead. Done. Next one.
Whoa!
Welcome back to Seize the Adventure. Today's episode, we are picking up another camper van build project. Right here we have a 1997 Dodge Ram B2500 with a high roof. So this is a conversion van straight out of the 90s. We have the wood on the dash and everything is just kind of vintage and pretty original. Only 90,000 miles on the odometer. This thing is super clean. It was owned by an older woman that had a disability, and her caretaker took this van after she had passed, and it's been pretty much just sitting. So we have a really cool project to start ripping apart. I'm really excited about the high roof. Don't worry, the Astro van isn't gone yet. I really think with the larger amount of space, we're gonna be able to stay out for longer periods of time. We could do more with our build. We could really show you guys a really well done, more professional style build than my Astro, now that my skills have improved, and I think this is gonna be awesome. Let me know what you think down in the comments about this Dodge Ram B2500 from 97. But even though this thing is from 97, we still have power windows. Pretty sweet. Driving this van feels incredibly nostalgic right now. Growing up, my best friend since I was 6 years old, his mom drove one of these. So just looking around this van, I literally feel like I'm a 6-year-old going to watch a drive-in movie. It's amazing. It's just super nostalgic. It's making me really just giddy and excited. So we will talk more about the build plans and kind of go over this van a little bit more once we get back to the garage. So we'll see you when we get there. We've made it back to the garage safely. There was no check engine lights on the way or anything weird, which is a good sign before we can take it into a mechanic to get a proper inspection. For now, we'll just be cleaning it up, probably taking that wheelchair lift out and just really going over the van. So I got this thing for an absolute steal. It only has 90,000 miles with no check engine lights, power windows, it's blowing cold air out of the AC, and there's tons of space for an awesome build out in this one. I think it'd be even cool to do some type of like double bench system in the back with the lagoon table that kind of rises or something like that, something more sprinter style that is more comfortable for longer periods of time. Larger platform to build more counter space, to have maybe a stove in there, a bigger sink, more water capacity, more storage capacity just in general. So this thing is absolutely massive. It has a ton of potential for an awesome build, and I think it's going to bring some really great content to the channel. Now, yes, it's not an all-wheel drive vehicle like the Astro van, and that is okay with me because I'm still planning on building out my new 4Runner to be the ultimate 4x4 camper. So I think I might go rooftop tent and just do a different style of camping setup for the 4Runner. I'd really like the van behind me to be capable for some really cold temperatures, so I'd like to install a full diesel heater system and insulate it super well and just make it better for camping in the winter time. Our plan is to just continue building vans, camping in them, and then maybe start flipping them at the end after we get to test them and use them thoroughly and just try out all different platforms of camper van. I know a lot of you will be disappointed if I do get rid of my Astrovan, but those videos are going nowhere, and maybe in the future I'll have another Astrovan. But I think for the sake of the channel and to keep the content fresh and interesting while still staying in this van camping, van build, van life type niche that I've been kind of placed into at this point, doing other camper van builds is just going to keep that content fresh and new and exciting and just overall pretty fun for me. I'm really looking forward to doing another build. I've been thinking about doing another build since the last screw went into the Astrovan. I just absolutely have loved the process of design, insulating, and framing, and designing the furniture and all that. It's just a super fun thing for me to do, and it's a new hobby of mine, so I'd like to just keep doing it. And instead of ripping apart the Astro and spending all that time destroying this awesome thing that so many of you love, I could allow somebody else to use the platform and get a ton of use out of it. So the Astrovan is not going anywhere yet, don't worry about that, but I think it's important for the growth of this channel and to keep things fresh and new and exciting that we just continue to do van build. We camp out of those living spaces, use them, show you how I utilize them, how I utilize the build, and then potentially sell it at the end, make a profit, and then invest that into a new build and just continue the cycle until we have just the ultimate best camper van. So I don't know if the video does it justice, but the paint on this thing is absolutely atrocious because it's been sitting outside pretty much its whole life and it's been neglected for a couple years now, so the paint's not doing too good. I'm thinking about getting a Raptor liner kit off of Amazon. It comes with a gun and all the necessary paint that you need, and I'd really love to repaint it. I'm not entirely sure on that. I might just try to buff and wax this thing and make it look new again, but I feel like it's a little too far gone, so I think that would be an awesome thing to make this even more unique, is to just paint it, do a DIY paint job on this massive van and show you guys how to do it on a budget. So that might be a video coming in the future. Definitely look forward to a lot of awesome build content. We're gonna try to do it as professionally as we can this time and really come out with a stellar product. So if you have any suggestions of things that you want to see with this build, go ahead and throw them down in the comments below. So get excited for this awesome build that we have ahead of us. So much content for you, things to keep me busy, and I think just a lot of growth, all in the right direction. So let's start ripping this thing apart, cleaning it out, and kind of exploring all the disgusting stuff that we might find in there. Miscellaneous bolts and a cottage cheese container. Oh. Let's save this in case we need these. I think this lift needs to come out as soon as we can get it out, probably first thing, just because it is taking up a lot of room, as well as the bed, this fold down bed that comes in these conversion vans. It's a really good idea, but look how small this thing is. I would not be able to fit on that. See if there's anything interesting in here. Just a pen. All right. So I was messing around with the cockpit area, and check this out. There's a little table that folds down in the center console. I really like that, actually. That's cool. Glove box. Looks like there's some good information in there. I think there's a hornet's nest living inside here somewhere. Oh, The first eventful thing is happening. There's a hornet's nest somewhere under the hood. These guys are upset. I don't want them to make any type of hive around my house or inside the van. That would be really bad. So let's go ahead, shut those, and try to deal with this without getting stung. Oh, I have no bug spray, but I have this blowtorch, so feel like that might mess them up. Oh yeah, that took them out. So we'll just have to cook these things. Don't you hate it when you just accidentally get a strip of duct tape on your window? I think painting this like a tan color or like a light green color would be pretty sweet if we don't keep this crappy paint here. As you can see, the clear coat is just absolutely stripped off of this fiberglass high roof, so I don't know. There's spots of bare metal there. I think we're gonna have to completely just tape everything off and just spray it, and if it doesn't come out looking 100% perfect, that's gonna be okay, because it's gonna be cheap and we're gonna do it ourselves, so that's all that matters, right? Off camera, I've been battling with those hornets for the last 10 minutes. Oh, there's one left. Oh, and we cooked them. I think I'd like to take this like little over fender running board setup off. It looks like it's fiberglass and it's just kind of bolted to the side. I think that'll kind of lift up the appearance a little bit too. It won't be so, how do I say it, 90s conversion van. So we called around to a couple local shops to find somewhere that'll do just an inspection, overall safety inspection, to make sure this thing is ready to go before we actually start ripping things out. And I don't want to put too much work into it if the van is going to need just thousands and thousands of dollars of work. I don't think that's the case. There's no check engine lights and it starts right up. Maybe just a nice tune-up and some fluid changes, and I think we'll be there. But yeah, this is important. Make sure to get an inspection when you buy a used vehicle. So we are finished up at the mechanic, and there's good news and then there's the bad news. The good news is there's nothing wrong with the engine. There's nothing that's kind of pointing to anything's bad with it, so it's nice and strong and healthy, which is important. The bad news is it needs a little bit of work. The front brakes are shot. The rear is looking pretty okay. They're like 70% pad, and along with the front brakes, it needs your typical fluid flushes and all those sorts of things. So overall, not too bad. I think it's safe to say that we can probably start building this thing out, wait on those brakes until we're ready to hit the maiden voyage, and I think we'll be set. This day's been so weird and nostalgic. There's so much in this van, actually. Loads of receipts of maintenance, which is really cool. So right now I'm taking off these fiberglass running boards. I think taking this off makes it look better already. It kind of looks a little bit dorky with the conversion van running board type thing. This is what the other side looks like. And once I clean these wheels up, I think those look pretty nice too. What would a good color be in this thing? I'm thinking like a desert tan. I really like that one van that I built out, the tan color. I think it's pretty unique. So as you can see, we've started to rip apart the walls here, and there's a little bit of fiberglass that we had to remove behind the wall. Probably going to be all over the place. I'll probably have to take all of it out. I'm gonna be ripping out this interior pretty much to this point. I might even redo this little shelf, but this is a pretty nice cubby. I'll definitely be putting some doors on this or something to close it up, but I think this is a really good feature of this area. Nice overhead cabinet, already kind of built in. I've seen people do overhead cabinets in the back here. I'm not sure if I'll do that, but we'll see. We are absolutely just ripping this van apart right now. I haven't been recording too much of it because, as you can tell, it's just been a mess and my tripod broke, so I haven't been able to get super great camera angles. I know you guys want to see the build more than the demolish, so it's not that big of a worry. Just pretty much imagine a lot of gross, old, damp, nasty carpet. No turning back from this. I'm interested in how they constructed this. It's like there's a big piece of plywood up here. I'm surprised they didn't insulate the ceiling. That's stupid. Okay. Definitely be able to recreate this, but have it insulated. Well, this is what it's looking like. I was able to take out the entire ceiling, every single wall, all these speakers and lights and stuff that we won't be using. I'm going to keep the rear air conditioning in and try to put a vent in the wall somewhere right there, because that'd be kind of nice to have some air in the back. All we need to do is get this thing out, and I can't do it on my own, so I need somebody else to help me. I need to wrench it from the bottom while somebody holds the top bolt, but we got it in. This is what the bare fiberglass high roof looks like. And then you come down here and have this absolute mess of wires. Don't mind my gloves, I couldn't find my usual work gloves. But this is not great. I don't know if I can just snip some of these and they'll just lose power. I just don't want to affect anything in the cabin area or the lights. It's sweet how much room there is. I'm sitting on this bed and there's like a foot of space above me, so definitely a lot of room in here, which is good. Potential for a really cool build, I think. So I think that is going to be it for this episode. We bought this new project van and we started taking some stuff out of here. It's a start to a really cool build. Stay tuned for more content of this build. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Alright, go ahead.
I'm scared.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it working?
Go ahead. Yeah. So,
What?
go. Go ahead.
I'm just... Okay.
Next.
Just kind of weak for this. Oh, it's out? What's in it? Okay.
Go ahead. Done. Next one.
Whoa!
Done. Next one.
You love saying that.
Next one.
It's done. Take it out now. Bet we could do the other one right now. Now that we
do
have
it.
that tool.
Hear that, folks? She's ready for the next one. How was your first impact driver experience? Pretty good?
It's a little aggressive, but it was fun.
Off.
Down below.
Yeah, next one. Done. These are much looser. Next one. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of stuff down here. Go ahead.